Girl on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. If you can't already tell, I'm quite excited for the show tonight. It's been an atmosphere of joy, laughter, and music just before I came on the air. The wonderful song you listened to before we began is African Woman by Wonder Banton. That is one song it's totally on my top 20 chart, my top 20, top 10 chart. I love the song, which is why when Wonder Banton came out with No Wahala, I was really excited for him because I know my man has been doing things underground for years and he's finally getting his flowers and the recognition he deserves. So I was very happy about that. In case you want to check that out, it's African Woman by Wonder Banton. Yes, the same No Wahala crooner that featured Kiss Daniel and Tiwa Savage on No Wahala the remix. But this one is titled African Woman from Wonder Banton. I think I'm going to play the song again when we go for the New School Vibes segment, even though it is not a New School Vibes song. But yes, Wonder Banton has been on the scene for a while, so he's not even really an underground artist like that, but still I love that song. So permit me to play that one on New School Vibes segment tonight, but that is not until 11 p.m. so we still have a long way to go before that. All right, about now you are welcome to the late night show on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma, but you can call me the radio girl, and that's what I like and that's what I'm responding to on the show tonight. This is the late night show on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice. Welcome. It's been amazing on the late night show. Honestly, the past episodes have been really fun. It's been really exciting. It's been engaging. It's been interactive, interesting, exciting, and that is because of you. And I thoroughly appreciate your love, and I appreciate that you listen all the time. You're welcome to Voice of the People 90.3 FM. If it's your first time, sit tight, fasten your seatbelts, because you're about to have the ride of a lifetime. Yep, I said it. What we're talking about today will blow your mind. It will totally blow your mind. Thames said crazy things are happening, and we were vibing, thinking, it's a nice song she can sing, forgetting the message. Crazy things are happening in this life, in this world, in this country, in this state, in this city, in this environment. Crazy things are happening. Yep, all over the world. Every day we hear crazy stories about different happenings all over the world. And what we do on the late night show is we come up and dissect each of those happenings and give opinions and suggestions on how we think the person involved in these situations can move on or make something out of a terrible situation. Welcome to the late night show. We begin with the first segment is called Candid Conversations. Yep, and we'll be having candid conversations all the way till 11:15 p.m. today. Yes, so we have about 2 hours to have candid conversations. You and I, we are gonna rock it on Voice of the People 90.3 FM tonight. I'm the radio girl. I would love to meet you. I would love to hear from you, but the phone lines will be coming on in a matter of minutes, just after I have introduced the topic for the day. I want to say welcome to the late night show. Like I said earlier, fasten your seatbelt, is about to be a ride. You are gonna hear things. Honestly, crazy things are definitely happening, and one of those crazy scenarios is what we will be talking about on the show tonight. Welcome. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the late night show is on and you need to listen, because the radio girl is on the mic, and I'm really just here to tell you about all the crazy things that are happening and then ask what is the best way to go about issues like this. I am the radio girl, and I'm with you on Voice of the People 90.3 FM tonight. Okay, let's delve into the issue on ground. It's a long one, it's a lengthy one, it's a knotty issue. This one is more than complicated, honestly. It's more than complicated, and this revolves around the issue of marriage. All right, I think we've been doing a lot on that, and most of the time we have married folks call in and also tell us about their experiences and what they think the person involved in the situation should do or can do in order to make the most or the best from a bad situation. So here is what happened. So we have a woman who lives in the diaspora. She's no longer resident here in Nigeria, but she is Nigerian. We are going to call her. What do we call her? Okay, yes. We want her to remain anonymous, right? But we're going to call her Maria. Now, bear in mind that this is not her real name. This is just a name we're using for the sake of this conversation. All right. So we have Maria. Maria is a Nigerian who lives in the diaspora. All right. So she lives there. She works there, and does all of her business there. But she has her family back home here in Nigeria. So on one of her many visits to her family back home, Maria meets a man who is interested in her, and they get into a relationship. So Maria's family, extended family, parents and all, live in Port Harcourt. But Maria met this man in Ibadan. All right, they met in Ibadan, and they clicked, they got talking, they started dating and started courting, and she travels back to where she lives. Remember I said Maria lives in the diaspora, so now she wants to. This man proposes, and they agree to get married. But for some reason, she decides to keep this marriage private and a secret from everyone back home, that is, every member of her family, for some reason, which is best known to her, according to how the story was narrated. All right, to us, she decides to keep the marriage a secret. But then a few days after the marriage, few days, 3 days, 4 days after the marriage, out of the happiness of a newly married couple, I'm hitched to this man for life. I want to share my happiness with the world. I don't want to keep my relationship a secret anymore. I mean, we're now married, so what is there to hide anymore? And then she posts a picture of herself with her new husband, gushing over him and saying the way she feels about him and all of those sweet things. Only for her to wake up the next morning and her phone is blowing up with calls. She has 40 missed calls, and then she's wondering what is going on. All of these calls are from back home in Nigeria, and her people are calling and saying, "Did you get married?" And she says, "Yes, I got married." "So why did you keep it a secret?" "I just decided to. Myself and my fiance, who is now my husband, just decided to keep it a secret." All right. Everybody says, okay, you know what? Now the problem is, this person you are married to, that you are happy about, is married to your cousin back home in Nigeria, here in Port Harcourt. Bear in mind that she met this man in Ibadan. All right. But this man is married to your cousin back in Port Harcourt. So you have to leave him. You're just going to accept that you have not found your own husband. And Maria is saying, "I cannot believe this. What do I do? What do I do?" All right. The dating period was for 6 months. And just giving an insight or a reason as to why she decided to keep it a whole secret. Oh, nobody will understand who dates a man for 6 months and then marries him. I know people do that, but she probably has her own reasons and her own way of reasoning. And she's saying, if I tell my family members that I met this man 6 months ago and I want to get married to him now, they are not going to take it. So I'm going to get married to him and then let everybody know. Now it turns out that her new husband is actually married. And he is married, not just married, he's married to her cousin back in Port Harcourt. And now the family is saying, this is your husband's cousin, you have to leave him. Now, before we get into the questions arising from this complicated issue, I want to talk about the issue of polygamy and bigamy. All right. Now, polygamy is mostly not a crime in most places in the world, especially in Africa. But bigamy is, it is. And that is when someone is married to more than one person at a time and they don't even know. They don't even know. It's really just one person getting married to two different people and they don't know. You go to one location and you marry someone and go to another location and you marry someone else and you don't know. Okay, and the dictionary definition of bigamy is the offense of marrying someone while already married to another person. So let's say in this situation, Maria's husband is committing the crime of bigamy. But the fact that this makes him a criminal is not even the problem for her right now. The problem is the family says you have to leave this man because he's your cousin's husband. And she's finding that a problem, saying, okay, when I met him, I didn't know he was married to anybody. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm already married to him. And she's asking the question, what do I do? Now, this may seem like a no-brainer. Of course, you know what to do. Oh, this is what you ought to do, and that is what you ought to do. But let us bear in mind that there is emotional attachment. There is already a marriage certificate. There is already vows exchanged. There is the amount of time that has already been spent together. There is that feeling in the heart and that thought in the mind of, okay, I'm married now. I have a husband now. Him turning out to be someone else's husband is something that she never envisaged. She never thought would happen, but now it's happening, and she's asking, what do I do? Do I follow what my family says? Okay, to just summarize the whole thing, in case you want to know what is the man's position in all of this. According to him, he's already separated from the cousin, although they are not divorced yet. They are not divorced. They've not initiated or finalized any divorce proceedings, but they are separated. I know you have many questions, and so do I, but this is what I know about the situation on ground. Now, to summarize, Maria is a young woman who lives in the diaspora. On one of her visits to Nigeria, she meets a man, they fall in love, they court, and then he proposes. And they get married, and right now they are back to Europe where they live. They have a secret marriage while there, and 4 days after the marriage, she uploads the pictures of their marriage, only for her to be told by her family members who saw these pictures. That's after all the complaints about why would you get married secretly without letting us know. And then she says, oh, it's because I've only been dating this man for 6 months. People will not understand the way I feel. Now it turns out that this man she has been dating for 6 months and that just got married to a secret marriage ceremony is actually married back home in Nigeria. Not just married, he is married to her own cousin who lives in Port Harcourt with the rest of her family, but they met in Ibadan, in Nigeria when she arrived. And now the family is saying, this is your cousin's husband, so you have to leave him for her. And the man is saying, we are already separated, but we are not divorced yet. And right now, this is a naughty issue. This is a complicated issue. And Maria is saying, look, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should fight for this marriage, which is very young, and I never envisaged that I'll be fighting for my marriage so early into it. And that is just a long matter, like we say in PJ, the matter long. But yes, Maria wants to know if she should forgo her own marriage to the man, initiate divorce proceedings so that the man can go back to her cousin, who actually still wants the marriage. Whatever is between the both of them, whatever caused the crackdown or the breakdown rather of the marriage, we don't know what it is, but the man insists that he's separated from the cousin already, although they are not divorced. And all of this Maria did not know before the relationship started. In her mind, she met a single man and now they are married and they are abroad together. But now this is a situation on ground, and Maria is asking, what do I do? Do I leave this marriage for this man? Or do I tell him, okay, go ahead and divorce my cousin, so our marriage can be even more legal? And that is the question on Candid Conversations tonight. I want you to think about this with all of your hearts. Put yourself in each person's shoes. Put yourself in Maria's shoes, in her new husband's shoes, in her cousin's shoes, and think, what would be the best thing for each person to do in this scenario? What would be the best thing for Maria to do? Leave the marriage, which is not even up to a month, which is not up to 3 weeks. Should she dissolve this marriage she just got into because she has just found out that the person she's married to is her cousin's husband? Yes, they are separated, but they are not divorced. At least not on paper. They are not legally divorced. They have not signed any divorce paper. It's, this thing where couples have large misunderstanding that causes a breakdown of the marriage, and then they're living apart for a long time, months, years, and then the man moves on and gets married to someone else. Unfortunately, the person he's married to, who is Maria, is his wife's cousin, and now that is a problem. I would really, really love to hear from you, hear your perspective on this. What is to be done? Everybody involved. I mean, what should they do? But Maria is our point of focus here, because she's the one who is sending in this message. What is it that she has to do? What do you think is the best thing to do for her in this situation? I would love you to be a part of this conversation, and you can call the number 0700 903 903 903 to be a part of this conversation. 0700 903 903 903. I'm the radio girl, and you are tuned in to the late night show on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice, and I definitely want to hear it. Call me up and be a part of the conversation. Let's know what you think. It's the best thing for Maria to do. Honestly, with how complicated this issue is, I think the married folks are better informed. Just tell us what you think is the best thing to do in this situation. Because as for me, I can't even think past the whole complication of it all and the hurt and emotional turmoil it's going to be causing for everyone involved, especially Maria. And I say especially Maria because she's the one who decided to have, a secret marriage, saying, I don't want anybody to be in on my business, I don't want anybody to be in on my marriage. And now it's turning out to be like this. What is going on? Maria wants to know what you think is the best thing for her to do. 0700 903 903 903. You can send a message via WhatsApp platforms, and that is still 0700 903 903 0700 903 903 for WhatsApp. You are still tuned in to the late night show with the radio girl on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice, and I want to hear it. Call me up and be a part of the conversation. Good evening. How are you tonight? Hello. Hello. Good evening. Oh dear. Give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. Good evening. What is your name and your location, please? Hi. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Chema.
Good evening. All
Good
right.
evening
Thank you
there.
very much. What is your name?
Yeah, Ibeto from Sulere.
Your name?
Ibeto. Ibeto from
Ibeto.
Sulere.
Ibeto
Yeah.
from Surulere. How are you tonight, Ibeto?
Yeah, I'm good there.
All right. Thank you for calling in on the late night show. What do you think
Thank
Maria should do?
Yes, Maria's story. I heard the Maria's story. Honestly, Maria started on a very bad note.
Why do you say
Honestly,
so?
started wrongly for not letting anybody know about her marriage. So the way she started is the way she will end it up. She has no choice than to end up the marriage. She has to, abandon that marriage because it can never work.
What if
See,
the
you
man
see,
does not want to go back to the cousin?
no. Everything, yeah, both the man and the woman, they've gotten it wrong. There is a big problem, a very big one.
Hmm.
It cannot. You understand? After all, marriage. That's why when at the point of wedding, before wedding, they will say, if you know anything, there are witnesses. They will announce if there's anything that will deprive these two people of these two couples of getting married. Please rise up and let us know because there are witnesses, and these are some of the reasons for which such question is being asked. Those questions are not just asked because they don't want to get those people married, but they have to ask. These are the things, kind of things that will happen because you don't know. Anything can happen under this planet Earth. And so these are the things that could be avoidable if she had opened up, if she had let someone know, a witness. How can you do something? Marriage is not a child's play now. It's not a toy. You understand? Many people don't understand marriage. It's not a toy. It's all about life. Life, completely life. So there's no way we can do about it. You can't do away with it. So that's why I'm trying to point out that she got it wrong in the first place. For not letting anybody witness marriage. Anything done secretly in most times can't really give you something good in return. Especially where it concerns marriage, my sister. So she has to rethink. But she as a man, I don't see anything coming good out of it. She has no choice. As a matter of fact, she has no choice than to drop the marriage and move forward. And that's what I think. But if I still have one more thing to say, I'll call back again.
All right. Thank you very much for calling Ibeto, your first caller on the show tonight. Thank you so much. So Ibeto has given us his own perspective on the situation, and he says the best thing for Maria to do is to leave the marriage. If you think the same or you have a counter opinion, call us up and call me up and let me know. 0700 903 903 903. If you would rather send a message via WhatsApp platform, that is to 0700 903 9039. I'm the radio girl, and you are tuned in to the late night show on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We're talking about the sad case of Maria and her new husband. And here is a summary of the situation. Maria is a young Nigerian lady who lives in the diaspora. All right. Now, on her previous visit to Nigeria, she meets a man. They fall in love, start cutting, and in 6 months, she's brought him over to Europe. And they get married in a secret wedding, a wedding which she kept secret from everyone, including her family members, everyone. And then in that time of happiness, in that web of happiness and joy of being newly married and wanting to share her joy and happiness with the world, she posts a picture of herself and her new husband, a picture of just her wedding picture online. And her family members see it and say, what is going on? Not only are you married, now you had a secret wedding. I said, yes, I did. Because I believed you people will not understand saying I've only dated this person for 6 months and I'm getting married to him. And her family says, you cannot get married to this man. And she asks, why? And they say, because this man is married to your cousin back home. And she could not believe her ears. And now we're asking the man, and he says, yes, I was, but I never knew you both were cousins. Besides, we are separated. Now, bear in mind that they are not divorced, they are separated. And that is the problem right now. Maria is saying, do I go with what my family is saying and leave this marriage that is just about 2 to 3 weeks old? Or do I stay in the marriage knowing that he is saying, okay, they are separated and they could initiate divorce proceedings and then actually dissolve the marriage so she can continue in her marriage with her husband? Good evening. Thank you for joining the conversation tonight. Oh dear, please turn down the volume on your radio set, please.
Yeah, that's why on the line.
This is so much better. Adewale, how are you this evening, Adewale? Thank you for calling.
So I am calling from.
Where are you calling from?
Hello. I'm calling from Ikotu.
Adewale, all the way from Ikotu. Thank you for calling on the late night show tonight. So we're talking about the issue of Maria, and what do you think is the best thing to do right now?
Okay.
What do you think Maria should do now? Are you with me, Adewale?
I'm with you. You said, what should I think Maria should do?
Yes. All right, do give us a call back. All right. In case you don't know what it is I'm talking about tonight, it's the I don't know. This is not funny, but yes, I don't want to think about it too much. But then it's the sad case of Maria, who got married abroad in a secret wedding ceremony. All right. It turns out that the man she's married to is married to her cousin right here in Nigeria. And she never knew. And that is an issue now because everybody in her family is saying, you have to leave that man, no, because he's married to your cousin back home in Nigeria. And the man is saying, yes, I was, but we are separated now. We're not divorced. We have not initiated legal divorce proceedings. We've not taken it to court. We have not signed any divorce papers. But we have been separated and estranged for a while. But on paper, he's still married to the cousin. And now he's also married to Maria. And Maria is saying, what do I do? Do I leave my new husband for my cousin? My cousin in Nigeria. Good evening.
Hello?
Turn down the volume on your radio set.
Yeah, Adewale, come back again.
Thank you very much, Adewale from Ikoton, right, for calling back.
Yes,
I believe you know what it is we're talking about now.
Okay.
What do you think is the best?
What happened is that I can't say anything much about that because it's his cousin. And then they said two family can enter one this thing. So it can't be possible. So since the man decides to follow his cousin, he should just let it happen.
Are you with me, Adewale? Oh dear. All right. Thank you for your contribution. Adewale seems to think that there is no way for this marriage to succeed. If you have a counter opinion, do let me know. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Good evening.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name, please?
This is Chidera calling from Agua Palace.
Chidera from Agua Palace. Chidera, thank you for calling in on the late night show. So we have a situation, a complicated situation. What do you think is the best approach in this case?
The thing choke.
The choke, no be lie.
Well, for me, I would think that the guy should have opened up to the girl first time. You understand? As in, he should have opened up that I'm married, though. I was married before. Even if it's not the girl's cousin or whatever. You understand? You should have let her know this, what is on ground, though. And now we are saying we have been married, but you people separated. Well, The matter choke, as in, I don't even know where to start from.
Do you think she should leave the marriage, like for the cousin, or she should tell the man to divorce the cousin, like legally divorce him so they can go ahead with their own lives?
Well, if it's less for me, I will just tell her to step back. Let her just step back. Seriously, because that is not marriage. Marriage that we are built on lies. Understand?
Yes.
It cannot work now. So let her just step back. So let him go and settle whatever he has with the cousin and go ahead. But let her have a conversation with the man. Understand? If what is his plan towards the cousin or whatever.
Wife, yeah.
So let her have the conversation. What is the way forward with the cousin? Is he interested, or I don't? Let her just have the conversation. So let him know what the man will say. If the man wants to go illegally, as in to divorce the cousin illegally or whatever, then so she will now know what to do. So let her hear from the man first and know what he's saying about that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for calling in on the show tonight. Chidera says, a marriage built on lies will not stand, and she says the best thing to do in this situation is ask the man where he stands. Do you want to stay here, or do you want to go back to where you're coming from? And I think that is a valid question. Good evening. What is your name and location, please? Come on. Please give me a call back, all right? I would like to implore you. When you call, please turn down the volume on your radio set. It enables us to have a better and seamless conversation without all the noise. All right. Good evening. What's your name and location, please? Hello. Good evening. Oh dear, I can't hear a thing from your end. I couldn't hear anything. Please do give me a call back now in case you want to see the visual aspect of the show. In case you are wondering, you want to see the face behind the voice, or you want to see the voice behind the mic, you can head on to our YouTube platform and check us out on YouTube. We are live on YouTube right now, and you can see what is going on in the studio. Check us out on YouTube. It is at Voice of the People 90.3 FM on YouTube. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You're tuned into the late night show with the radio girl. Good evening. What's your name and location, please? Hello, good evening. I don't know what is going on, and I am not happy about it. What is going on? Is it the network providers? What is going on? Why can't I get through to the ones who want to talk to me? This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and I definitely want to hear your voice. You are the reason I'm here, and I want to have a candid conversation with you tonight. Good evening. What's your name and location, please? Please turn down the volume on your radio set. The noise is so much. This is so much better. Thank you very much. What's your name?
My name is Miracle from Egbeda.
Miracle, all the way from Egbeda. How are you today, Miracle?
I'm fine. And you?
All right. I'm very well, thank you. I would love to hear your opinion on what's going on right now.
All right. So, like the previous caller said, like it seems like she said my mind because this that isn't a marriage in the first place. Like it was built on deceit. Even though the man was not aware that this person is the previous wife's sister or cousin, at least he would have mentioned to her that, see, I was married before, and maybe we're in the process of divorcing or separation. You understand? Not letting her go through all this, and also I feel like I think that maybe this lady isn't saying the whole thing, because I don't see like it's not possible for a woman to be married and she's keeping it private. I think maybe it was this man that told her to keep it on the low for some time. You get that's what I think. But probably on the long run, she's like, okay, no, I don't want to keep this on the low anymore because, it doesn't make sense. You're married and you're keeping it away from people, friends and family around you. So if I was in her shoe or if she's listening and she wants an advice, I suggest she should leave the man, not just because he's married to her cousin, but because he wasn't truthful in the first place. And honestly, if she continues in this marriage, I think there's still going to be an issue. You understand? Whether the cousin still wants him or not, I feel like this lady should leave the man.
Okay, thank you so much for your contribution, Miracle. Miracle seems to think that even if the man does not go back to his wife, or should we say his ex-wife now, who is Maria's cousin, it will still keep hanging over their head and keep hanging over their marriage. Look, you were once married to my cousin and you didn't tell me about it, and that will always be a situation. Thank you so much for calling in on the show, Miracle. You can be like Miracle and call in. Let's hear your opinion tonight. It's 0700 903 903 903 to get us here in the studio to be a part of the conversation. I'm the radio girl, and you are tuned in to the late night show on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Right now, we're having candid conversations on the late night show. Good evening. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening. My name is Eric. I'm calling from Oshodi.
Hi, Eric from Oshodi. How are you tonight, Eric?
Yeah, I'm good, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. So, what is your opinion on the matter on ground?
Yeah, first of all, what I want to ask the lady is that, okay, just because she's living abroad, she forgot that she has culture back at home, or I don't understand. The culture that says before you get married, your parent must bless you guys. She went on her own and took a man that is already married to her cousin. So for me, it's not going to work out. So the best thing for her to do right now is just to back up now that he's still young.
Now that he's still young, I'm with you.
Yeah, so that is the advice I want to give to her. Let her back up.
But even as the man is already separated from the cousin and they could even sign the divorce papers anytime, you don't think that is good enough?
Yeah, I think the lady took the wrong step right from time. So she's the one that went to do everything that is wrong with her. So
what about the
I
man
think
himself that was married before and didn't say anything? Even if he didn't
for me, I think I'm having a feeling that he knew that maybe they were cousins, but just because that one is living abroad and they're not going to live in Nigeria, so they should just get married and Yeah. So the pictures were the things that spoiled everything. Yeah. So for me, she should just let go of everything now that they have just gotten into. That's all I have to say, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Eric, for calling in on the show tonight. You're tuned into the late night show with the radio girl on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I'm the radio girl, and I definitely want to hear your voice on the show tonight. We have a naughty issue, a complicated conundrum of an issue, and this concerns Maria. Maria is a young woman who just got married, and 4 days after her wedding, which was a secret wedding, by the way, nobody knew about it. They got married abroad to her husband, and she uploads the pictures online, and the family members are calling and saying, "What did you do?" And she says, "I got married." And I say, what do you mean you got married? The man you uploaded is your cousin's husband, though. Your cousin back home is her husband. And she's saying, oh my God, I don't know what to do, because now the family is saying, you have to leave this man. You just have to leave this man because he's already married. He's already married. 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call if you want to be a part of the conversation. If you would rather send a message to our WhatsApp line, that is to 0700 903 9039. We have a few messages on our WhatsApp platforms already, but right now we're taking calls, and very soon we'll be going to the WhatsApp platforms to take a few messages online. Maria needs your opinion and your suggestions because her husband is saying, okay, I am already separated from my wife, or from my ex-wife. I'm already separated from her, although we are not legally divorced. He wants the marriage to continue, and Maria is saying, should I go on with this, or should I leave him for my cousin? Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Samuel calling from Alimashu.
Okay, Samuel. Hello?
Yeah.
What is your name?
Simeon.
Oh, Simeon from Alimasho. How are you tonight, Simeon? Let's
fine.
have your opinion on the issue on ground.
Okay, I want to ask something. I want to confirm something. I heard the whole conversation, and so, but I want to confirm something. If the cousin, the man was married to, did he give birth? Like did he born child for the man?
We actually don't have that information. It's not part of.
Is that?
I don't have that information. It's not part of the conversation.
If they don't have any kids, and Maria or whatsoever her name is in love with the man, yeah, he can, like, they can both get married. You understand? As long as what do they call it? The man and the other of his cousins are separated, like, and which the cousins also confirms that they are separated, like they are no more in love. You know, they can still go together. Yeah, Maria truly loves.
Legally divorced.
Is that?
They are not legally divorced.
They are not what?
They are not legally divorced yet. They've not signed
They are not legally
papers.
divorced. Okay, but if the whole thing is all just on separation, understand, they don't love each other anymore, and Maria is really in love with him. I need to say, and the man is also in love. But the whole thing I see again there is that the whole relationship with Maria and the man is not just being sincere. Like, there's no truth in it. But if they both love each other, they can settle it and continue. As long as the cousin doesn't have kids, like there's no family, there's no bond between the man and the cousin. I feel they are both Maria and the man are both good to go.
So what if there were kids?
Is that?
What if they have kids?
If they have kids, I feel it is going to disturb Maria a lot. It's going to disturb her a lot. And as she said, they are not legally divorced, so it's going to disturb her. But if they don't have yet, like they just do it, you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if there's no bond between both the cousin and the man, Maria and the man is enough. I feel that it's good to go, you understand? But man should stop lying. Saying take the family, the marriage to other.
All right, thank you so much, Simeon. Thank you so much for your contribution. You can be like Simeon. Give us a call, 0700 903 903 903. You can be a part of the conversation. This is the Late Night Show with the Radio Girl on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. And right now we're having candid conversations, and this one revolves around marriage, lies, love, secrecy, deceit, and so much more. It is the story of Maria, who got married to a man who is already married to her cousin, unknown to her. And now she's asking if she should stay in the marriage or dissolve it. And the marriage is just 2 weeks old. Should she stay in the marriage or dissolve it? Maria is married to a man who is married to a man abroad who is married to her cousin back home, and she just got to know that now that they're already married, and she's asking, what do I do? My family is saying I should leave him. What do I do? Good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh dear, I could not hear anything at all. Please give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. The voice that you hear belongs to the Radio Girl. Don't forget, you can find us on YouTube at Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Yes, at VOP 903 FM. You can find us on YouTube and watch your favorite shows on playback. If you want to see the visual aspect of the show, if you want to see the face behind the voice, if you want to drop a comment on YouTube, please go right ahead, and we will definitely be glad to hear from you. If you would rather send a message, it's to via WhatsApp platform. That is to 0700 903 9039. I want to hear from you. This is the Late Night Show with the Radio Girl on the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Good evening. Oh dear. Do give me a call back. I would be glad to hear from you. You're the reason I'm here. Call me up. Let's have candid conversations on the Late Night Show tonight. I'm the Radio Girl. Now be your host. All the way till 12 a.m. I'm here with you, for you. You're the reason I'm here, all right? Let's have candid conversations. And after that, we can go ahead and listen to some wonderful new school vibes. And after that, we can have unfiltered discussions when the kids are asleep. Yes, that comes up at about 11:30 p.m. So we still have till 11 p.m. to dissect this conversation. And I definitely want to hear from you. What is the best thing to do when you're in a complicated situation like this, where Maria is saying, I'm married to a man in Europe, I'm married to a man abroad who is married to my cousin in Nigeria, and I only just got to find out. What do I do? Good evening. What is your name and location, please? I don't know. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening. I'm Success. I'm calling from office.
Success from where? Hello.
Success from Oshodi.
All right, Success from Oshodi. Thank you so much for calling. What's your opinion on the issue on ground?
Okay. What I feel is my advice to Maria is for her not to continue with the relationship with marriage.
Why?
Yeah. Okay. Firstly, she should know that the guy tricked her into getting married. Like, because normally if I want to get married to somebody, if I love somebody and I want to get married to that girl, I will let you know that I have a wife outside, or I have a child. So him not telling her about that, for her to know if she's okay with it, that is wrong.
And imagine he was telling the lady not to tell anybody about the marriage. So they just did a low-key marriage. It means he really just tricked her into getting married, and that is lack of trust. Like I just said, lack of trust in the relationship. So I feel if she continues with that relationship, at the long run, she might regret it, because if he can do this, then it means he can still do some other things later behind her without her getting to know. And yeah,
What
and
if
she's a lady.
he now signs the divorce papers with the wife back home and they are legally divorced? Do you think he can still have a chance with Maria?
Yeah, okay, I would. Yes, she does. She has a chance, but it's risky. That she'll be taking a huge risk. Yeah. So that's what I feel. And she's a lady. She won't be able to live with the shame of not only the shame, but she will always have these issues when she sits down to think about her cousin and how the man got married to her cousin. She'll feel terrible. Sometimes, we are human beings. She might bring the issue up later and start telling the man, so why didn't you tell me that you were married? I wouldn't have done this marriage. Maybe when she's in a bad mood, something like that. So I feel if she goes ahead, at the long run, she will always have these issues. All these kind of issues will always come up. And so I don't even know, but that's just my own
Thank
opinion.
you very much for calling in on the show tonight. Success. Stay tuned. The late night show continues. With the radio girl on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice, and I want to hear it on the late night show tonight. It's a complicated issue we're trying to have candid conversations about, and I want to hear your opinion. I want you to be candid with it. All right. We have an issue here, a naughty issue, a complicated issue, and it's about Maria, who is married to a man. She lives abroad. All right. She, on one of her visits to Nigeria, she meets a man, they fall in love, and it's in 6 months she has taken him abroad, and they have a secret wedding ceremony, just a small wedding ceremony, but it's secret. Nobody in her family knows, nobody in her house knows that she is getting married. And now, 3 days after the wedding, with the utmost happiness and joy, she uploads a picture of her with her new husband, and her family members are calling her and saying, "This person you are posting is married to your cousin back home." And she has been in shock ever since. Confronting the man, and he says, "Oh yes, I was married, but I didn't know it was a cousin I was married to. Besides, we are separated, although not legally divorced." And Maria is asking, "What do I do?" Because now the whole family is saying, "You have to dissolve this marriage. Don't even think you found yourself a husband, because you haven't. This one is someone else's husband." And Maria is saying, "What do I do?" There is still the possibility of him divorcing his wife legally, so he can be with Maria fully. But then many callers tonight seem to think that is not a good idea. But I want to know what you think. All right, do you think Maria should go ahead with this marriage, or do you think she should dissolve it and advise the man to go back to his ex-wife? Now, even if he is not going back to his wife or ex-wife, as the case may be, do you think there is the chance of his marriage with Maria surviving the ups and downs that will arise as a result of this revelation? What kind of person do you think it would make Maria if she decides, "I don't care what anybody's saying, I will go ahead with this marriage"? What kind of person do you think that would make her? I want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. Call me up and let's have candid conversations tonight. That is the segment that we are on the late night show tonight. I'm the radio girl. If you want to see the visual aspect of the show, head on to our YouTube channels. Just type in your search bar Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and you will find all your favorite shows in many catalogs, and you can just choose to watch as many as you want over and over again. We're live right now on YouTube. It is at the Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I'm the radio girl, and you're tuned in to the late night show. This segment is called Candid Conversations, and it comes to an end by 11 p.m. From 11 till p.m. till 11:30 p.m. we have the New School Vibes segment coming up, and that's where I bring you new and wonderful music from underground artists. You call them upcoming artists, I call them underground. I call them people who are, just working underground and working hard to make sure that you hear from them, and you will hear from many of them on the show tonight. Right after that, from 11:30 to 12 p.m. we will have the segment which I call Unfiltered. Yes, and that is where we have unfiltered discussions when the kids are asleep. So a colleague of mine this afternoon was telling me, "Oh, why do you always say that when the kids are asleep? Are you in their house when the kids are asleep?" Well, I believe, and I presume that tomorrow is a school day now, so we want the kids to go to bed early enough so they can wake up tomorrow bright and early and prepared for school. And that's why I said so. So yes, stay with me on the late night show. We're taking this all the way till 12 a.m. You might think it's a long time, but you will be surprised that before you know it, the time is here, and we will have a fun time up until then. I'm the radio girl, and you're tuned into the late night show. Right about now, we're having candid conversations.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Bright. I call from Mushi.
Bright from Mushin. Thank you for calling in on the late night show. What is your opinion on the topic at hand? Hello, Bright. Bright, why would you leave me in the darkness? Why would you do that? Please do call me back. I definitely want to hear from you. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Yes, VOP 90.3 FM. You are the reason I'm here. Now you have a voice, and I definitely want to hear your voice. We are trying to dissect a complicated issue right here, and I don't have the answers, but I want to hear from you. What's your opinion? What is your suggestion? We're having candid conversations. We've been having candid conversations all the way from 9 p.m. and we will have this conversation till 11 p.m. when we, go to get into some new school groove and just listen to some wonderful jams that I'm sure you will love. Yes, tonight on Candid Conversations, there is the story of Maria, who is married to a man abroad. Unfortunately, the same man is married to her cousin in Nigeria, and she never knew because they got married in a secret wedding. And now she's saying, "What do I do? My family wants me to leave this man." And the marriage is new. The marriage is less than 2 weeks old. And she's asking, what is the best thing to do? Do I follow my family's opinion and leave this man? Even though he says he's already separated from her cousin, who is his wife or ex-wife as the case may be, but they are not legally divorced. They have not put pen to paper to finalize any divorce proceedings. And now he's saying, look, I'm only separated. I'm no longer married to this woman in my mind, or you're the one in my heart and all of that. But to avoid allegations of bigamy, what do you think is the best thing for Maria to do? 0700 903 903 903. We'll go to our WhatsApp platforms and take some messages. I have this one from Ifunaya. Ifunaya from Ejigbo says, as long as there is love and respect, I think they should go on and live a happy married life, as long as the man is also willing to finalize the divorce with his former wife. Okay, thank you very much, Ifunaya, all the way from Ejigbo. We have this one from Santa. Is this Santa Maria? Okay, Santa Maria. You are a namesake to the person we're talking about tonight. Okay, Santa Maria from Ikorodu says, there is no way, Joe. They should just destroy the marriage. That man is deceitful. Okay, thank you for your opinion on Santa Maria. I have this one from Joseph. Joseph from K2. Okay, Joseph from K2, how are you doing tonight? Thank you for sending a message. He says they should not go ahead with the marriage. Oh, why would you not tell somebody that you are married before? What kind of thing is that? I don't know, my brother. But yes, so we see. Also have this one from Catherine. Catherine, hi Catherine. Okay. Catherine says, I believe that man has ulterior motives. Why didn't he tell her? He may even know that they are family members or related and did that on purpose. Some people don't mind destroying relationships to get what they want. I believe he just wanted to travel abroad and he used her as a pawn. Oh, okay, Catherine. Thank you very much for your opinion. One final message from my WhatsApp platform, and then we'll go back to the phone lines. I have this one from BC. Okay, BC from Igondo. Hi, BC, all the way from Igondo. Thank you very much for sending in a message on the show tonight. BC from Igondo says, I don't think there is a way for that marriage to work. He should go back to his ex-wife and leave Maria alone. Okay. BC seems to think that Maria's husband in this situation is the one in the wrong. Do you agree or do you not agree? Call me up and be a part of the conversation. 0700 903 903 903. You too can be a part of the conversation. Let us know what you think is the best thing to do in this situation, because it really is a complicated one. Maria is asking for help as the man she got married to in a secret wedding less than 2 weeks ago turns out to be married to her cousin back home in Nigeria, and the family is asking her to dissolve the marriage, dissolve the new marriage, and return your cousin's husband back to her. This for me is a bit funny, because when you say return your cousin's husband back to her, it's not a toy that you can pick up and put in your pocket, put in your bag, play with on the floor. And that is why I believe that you can't snatch people. When someone says, oh, you snatched my girlfriend or you snatched my boyfriend, yes, they may have applied some level of pressure not to get that person to be on the side. But believe me when I say that person chose to be on the side, most of the time they are coerced or forced. They saw something and felt like, well, this is better than where I'm at right now. So a human being is not like a handbag that can be snatched, or like a piece of toy that can be snatched. And in this situation, Maria is asking, what do I do? Good evening. What's your name and your location, please?
Hello, good evening. Okay, it's Success calling back.
Success. Thank you for calling back. You were giving me your opinion earlier.
Okay, yeah, I just sat down to think about it again. I just think Maria should talk to the cousin, talk to her cousin, to let her cousin know that her getting married to the man wasn't really her fault, that she didn't know, that she does not know that the man got married already, so that the cousin will try to understand with her. You understand? So that it's not going to cause enmity in the family. Because right now, I know Maria might really love the guy and the man might really love her too. But in order for her not to have enemies and have some issues in a relationship, she just has to turn it down, because it's family. Her cousin is family. So she won't be able to be rapporting with the family, because definitely some family members might start having issues against her. They might start putting things in mind against her, and they will try to frustrate that marriage. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
I'm with you. I understand you.
So that's like part of what's going to maybe let me just say part of the issues of the marriage. So I just feel, because if she loves her family and she's close with her family, she won't be able to accept that marriage because she does not want to start bringing issues between the family. You see, this family now will be separated. This one will be, they'll start having issues because of that. And the guy would have done the right thing. So I just feel she should just. That's the reason I feel.
All right, thank you very much. Success for calling back. You know, one thing that I love about having candid conversations is the difference in opinions. You know, everybody thinks differently, and everyone is not saying, "Oh, my suggestion or my opinion is the best," but I just think this is how it should be. And I really like that because it's educating, even for me. Good evening. What's your name and education,
Hello?
please? Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Edison. I came from Banana Island.
Edison, all the way from Banana Island. How is Banana Island today?
So grateful. So grateful.
Thank you so much. What is your opinion on the issue around?
Really, I'm so grateful. First time to call you people.
Oh, thank you so much. Ooh, first time caller.
Yeah. This is my first time. I enjoy my program, and this thing that you're speaking of, this program that you're going through is happening with me.
Are you serious?
I call you.
Wow, tell me about
really.
it.
Wow. When I was in school, it's a story, but when I was in school, we did together with one lady. So when we come meet, seriously, we come meet together and we come get issues. The main issue is that we can't get child between I and her. So I promised her I will marry her. So nevertheless, seriously, that time I didn't have a money to fit her and to fit myself. And later, she's the one that convincing me. She talked to me that I should try my best, leave from Lagos to go and hustle as far as condition that we are. We can't even fit ourselves. But for all these things around doing, we graduate together and work, we didn't even get a work. So later, we are doing teaching work. The teaching work did not even give us the thing that we are doing. From that, I can't reason. I leave her, went to Lagos. So, you know, when I leave her for Lagos, I came Lagos, I reached to 4 years, 5 years, I didn't go back to village. So later, you know a man, I endure about a woman. Later, I can't get one lady again, and I can't pregnant her too. So my second wife, I went to her village and I introduced myself to her, to her married. So I need to encourage you, but this program that you people you are doing, seriously, it is touching my heart. That's why I said, let me call you guys.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So it turns out that the person you actually got married to, the person you called your second wife, was already married. Is that what you said?
She didn't marry. Up to now, she's keeping herself to me. She's working for me.
Okay, that's the first lady that you had a child with while in school.
Yeah, that's my classmate. From the up to now.
What about you? Are you married?
So I need the encouragement. I'm listening your program now. I advise from you guys. How do you want me to do? I should just leave the other one, the second wife, or I should hold the first wife? Which one will you want me to choose among these two?
Okay, wait. This second one, is she the one you are preparing to get married to?
Exactly.
Does she have a child for you?
Yeah.
And the first one also has a child for you?
Exactly.
Bro, you know I don't know what to say, but I'll call you Father Abraham right now.
Both of them. Yeah, sorry. Both of them, I love them. The first one is a guy, is a boy, and the second one is a girl. So two of them, I need to just I divide a part of that. But all of us, we are all Christians. So I don't want to marry to my two of them. They want me to marry them.
Okay, that is a complicated situation. You know, we already had a complicated situation on ground. You know, added to it. I was calling you to bring water to come and quench the fire. You now brought fuel mixed with kerosene to come and pour on top of the fire. Now it's blazing more and more. All right. To answer your question, I think you're putting me on the spot to show you know. But yes, to answer your question, I think it depends more on you. It depends more on you. And honestly, I think you should even do quick and marry one person so that you know you will not now have another child with a third person, because that would be really it wouldn't even be nice at all. It depends on you. Think back to the first lady, the one who you said is waiting for you and has been waiting for you all these years. But even right now, are you okay? Are you stable? Do you have the stability to maintain a marriage and a home right now?
Actually, I didn't have infertility to marry because I didn't achieve what I need. But my skill is body. I'm doing body. Yeah, since where I'm going,
so
I'm doing body.
You can still manage.
Yeah, I'm still manage with my fertility. Right. So if I can't get the little, I can even choose one of them to marry. That's what But if I need more advice from you people. So not because I need to convince you, just advice. You know, you are a woman or you are a girl, so that you two are supposed to get your own opinion and you can even advise my part of that. It's a temptation. It's a temptation.
Is a temptation. You know what? First of all, my first advice to you would be try not to impregnate another woman, because I don't know. One might be a mistake. Two is let's say another mistake.
I didn't get you well.
Okay, you know what? Keep listening. Keep listening, Edison. Thank you so much for calling. Took a lot of time and really just bust my head, Edison. What is going on? That is why I said we're trying to douse the fire. And you're adding more. Why? You're just adding more and more. You went and mixed fuel and kerosene and added it to the fire. What is going on? Like I said, just try not to impregnate another woman, Edison. Honestly, try not to impregnate another woman, because that would be it should just be crazy. Good evening. What's your name and your location?
That matter choke you.
See, bro, you notice, Abby. You know loud feel, yeah.
I swear. that just a fire, just a fire.
It be like say we just want to leave Maria Matana when they discuss Edison matter, but we know say all join. So
yes, now so.
For the matter, we could talk about Maria.
Okay, we can put my for this last one.
Won't talk for this Edison one. No, we could talk about them one after the other. First about this Maria matter. What
I don't get. For Maria matter, I don't get anything. I won't talk about that. Oh.
Why?
Because a lot of people have talk about the matter, but I don't have anything to talk about it because I just enter the room. That's why I turned to my radio. So I listened to the last caller conversation.
Okay. So what about him?
So I will tell him to me to marry the first wife, because the first wife started the journey with him. So if you don't marry her, that woman will not forgive him. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. You know, tell us your name.
Anonymous.
Anonymous. All right, Anonymous. Thank you for calling. Anonymous, ask me a very valid question. Say whether the matter choke me. I'll not be like it really choke, you know. You know when you're trying to solve a situation and then another one comes up and then another and you're beginning to think, when will I get to break and address the first situation? I think that's how this Edison matter is, you know. He just kept giving me back to back to back, and it was like each one was just worse than the last. Each one was worse than the last, and right now it has almost overshadowed the Maria issue. Wow. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Hello, good evening. Eric calling back.
What is your name?
Eric calling back.
Eric. All right, Eric.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling back.
Yeah, this one is about Edison. He has already promised the first lady marriage, so he should just get married to the first lady. Yeah, that is what I got to.
All right. Thank you very much, Eric. And the late night show continues. We're taking this up until 12 a.m. I'm with you. Edison, can you see what you've done? You have overshadowed the whole. In fact, you have overshadowed Maria's story. But let's put this both in context because it both it deals with two different love triangles, and now each person is asking, where do I go from here and what do I do? So the question is, should Maria's husband go back to his ex-wife or stay with her, or should she continue with the marriage? And Edison is also asking, between these two women who have kids for him, between his two baby mamas, the first one and the second one, who should he go with? We have two different love triangle situations right now. We're having candid conversations on the late night show. I'm the radio girl. The late night show comes to you every Tuesday and Thursday night from 9 p.m. all the way till 12 a.m. So yes, I've been with you all the way from 9 p.m. and we're taking it all the way till 12 a.m. Right now we are having candid conversations. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name? Please turn on the volume on your radio set. Come on, please.
Good evening. I've done it.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Destiny. I'm calling from Ajao Estate.
Etim from Ajao Estate.
Yes, Destiny.
Okay, Destiny. Pardon me, Destiny. All right, Destiny. What is your opinion on the matters on ground?
I just want to give the other guy advice. I say that he has a base wife. He has already promised his sister he wants to marry her before he pregnant one of the girl. So for me, to get that have a shot for him, better for him to go and marry that one.
They both have kids for him actually. That's why
Come again.
Both of them have a child each for him. Both the first lady and the second lady have kids for him. One, a boy and a girl.
But the guy is very funny.
Now why I call him Father Abraham?
No. Okay, I can say, let me say, let you go for the first one that I already promised that you want to marry. I just pick up for him to. If the character is good too, let him to go and marry the first love that he has promised. And to see that the girl is waiting for him. Let's for him to go and pick that one. So, if you have a good financial, you can marry two of them.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution, Destiny. But Edison says that he is a Christian and he would not like to go into polygamy by marrying two women at once, and he's also in love with the both of them. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you can be in love with two people at the same time. I believe you would love one more than the other, and that is the same situation with Maria and her new husband, who she got married to in a secret ceremony. So we have two different love triangle situations, and the question is, what should these people in these situations, what should they do? Good evening. Oh dear, please give me a call back. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice, and I definitely want to hear your voice. I'm the radio girl, and you're tuned in to the late night show on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Good evening. What's your name and location, please? Please give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You can find us on YouTube, all right, to see to get a playback of all your favorite shows, to see what's going on in the studio right now in real time. Honestly, you want to see the visual aspect of the show, you want to see the face behind the voice, head on to our YouTube channel at Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Good evening. Hello, good
Evening.
evening. Hi, good evening. What's your name?
I'm calling from Moshi. My name is Samuel.
Samuel from Oshodi. Thank you for calling. Let us have your opinion on the matters on ground.
I'm calling on behalf of the second caller.
Okay.
If people as an APC, you should realize that the first lover has something important for her. That is, he waited for a long time. And she have it in mind that if she gets married to the second one, the first one will never forgive her. So it's better forgive him. I mean to say it's better he make his choice and right time, and he should learn from his past mistakes before another will be a call again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuel, for your contribution. I love how brief and concise that was, and he just passed his message across. And that was that. You can be like Samuel to be part of the conversation. Give me a call at 0700 903 903 903. You can as well send a message via our WhatsApp platforms. That is to 0700 903 9039. Yes. Call me up and let's have candid conversations tonight. We have two different love triangle situations on hand. First up, we have Maria, who got married to her cousin's husband unknowingly, but she had a secret marriage abroad. And the man she's married to turns out to be the husband to her cousin, who lives in Nigeria. Now, the second one, as related by a caller, Edison, is saying, two women have had my kids. The first one is my lover from school, who is still waiting for me to get married to her now. Meanwhile, recently, someone else, another lady, also had my baby. And now I'm confused. I don't know which of them to marry. And he's asking, should I go for the first lady or the second lady? Call me up and let me have your opinion. 0700 903 903 903. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice, and I definitely want to hear it. I'm the radio girl. Stay with me on the late night show. It continues. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh dear, do give me a call back. I want to hear from you. I'm the radio girl, and you're tuned in to the late night show with the radio girl on the Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Yes, right now we're having candid conversations on the late night show, and after this we are going to listen to some new school vibes, wonderful music from underground artists that I like to call them underground artists, people who are doing things. You know, we're not seeing them, but we know they're doing things, and they've probably also written and released some of the nicest music that you have heard. All right, and after the new school vibes segment, we have unfiltered discussions when the kids are asleep. Call me up and be a part of the conversation tonight. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Do give me a call back. I don't know what's going on. Network, what is happening? What is happening? You want to talk to me, but you know the calls are dropping. I'm not hearing anything, and I'm not happy about that. But keep trying. Call me up and let's have candid conversations tonight. I'm the radio girl, and this is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice. Stay with me on the late night show as we have candid conversations. Let's take some messages from our WhatsApp platforms. We have this one from Ifeolua. Ifeolua from Iyanopaja says, I don't know why men behave this way. Okay, now you're generalizing, and that's not nice. Why is that guy having kids from different women? I like the way you called him Father Abraham, because he's just spreading his seed anyhow. Okay, and she says, I will advise he stays single and gets himself more financial stability. Then he can marry the first woman because she does not deserve to suffer again after suffering with him and for him for so long. On that first lady, she should just free that man, I beg. He's a liar and a deceiver. Thank you for your contribution. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name, sir?
Uzo, calling from Isolo.
Udo.
Uzo
from
yeah.
Isolo. Thank you, Uzo, for calling in on the show tonight. Please, let's have your opinion on the matters on ground.
Okay. Matter on ground, first of all, he said the boy is the man is a Keziah. Number one, is a cable well. Then two, yeah. Let me just tell you the truth. No matter how you think sweet, you have to use your sense. But it don't happen. And for my own contribution now, they have kids here, and the two are still single. They have never married. Well, I will now say, because we're a Christian, and there's no way you can go and marry two of them at the same time. At the same time, the mistake have already made. So for me, you may choose one out of them and not take care of the other baby. Give accurate and the sponsor of the other baby, I believe. And maybe I thank God that if the man not married before, maybe meet up the financial destiny, then he can be able to go and bring her back. Because while taking care of the child, as long as the day breaks, the baby, either baby girl or baby boy, will still ask of her mother. That is what I know. As long as this life is concerned, then they warrant to say, okay, go and bring the money if you never marry. But if you don't marry and wedded to another man, that one can be the moment you marry, the one you are so years old, they can finance it. So now you have to be serious. The man have to be serious and pray for forgiveness. You have done, it happened, and push it forward to see that he's financially capable. That's the most important thing as it is now, because he must taking care of the woman, taking care of the babies also. So you have to calm down for now. But if you choose one out of them, you can marry and now still remember those people. You can't just forget the other side. That's my own contribution. Right. Everybody can make such a mistake. So that's my own advice tonight. So I love to be speaking with the voice of the people. I don't know your name, I don't forget.
Radio Girl here.
Yeah. So that is my contribution this night.
Thank you so much, Mr. Uzo. Your first two sentences really made me laugh. But yes, we're not judging anyone, okay? So please, when you call in, don't judge. Just let us have your opinion. I think we make mistakes sometimes and take wrong decisions. But at the end of the day, the reason why we're seeking suggestions and opinions, so we can know the next thing to do. All right, so let's not judge anyone. Good evening. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Ikechukwu, calling from Ajawo.
Ikechukwu, all the way from Ajawo Estate. Ikechukwu, thank you so much for calling on the late night show tonight. What is your contribution to the conversation?
My contribution goes like this. Some women, they think that everything that you does is good. But why do they get informed before they make such person a friend or you as in have a intercourse with the person? You're supposed to get informed. You know, like every man you see, you just grab the person because the person have money or have social things. Just grab the person because of what to gain or to satisfy your desire. It's not like that. Life is not like that. What I will advise the person that has already fallen into the issue, the person should maintain herself and get right of herself. If the child grows up, the child will know the parent, the father. And I would like the the girl, you understand, to follow. I don't like the girl to follow the man again. Don't like the girl to follow the man because the man might do. I don't even know whether these two girls, the man have already pregnanted. I don't know whether it might be more than that stuff. This one might be camouflaging that he pregnanted two girls. I don't understand. Let the girl use her sense to. That's the advice I would like to advise the girl.
Thank you so much for your contribution, Ikechuku. Okay. Like I said, let's not judge anyone, all right? When someone comes up or comes out with their story and say, this is what I've done, this is what is going on in my life, and I need suggestions and opinions on what the next best step is to take. Just give us your opinions and your suggestions without being judgy, all right? And let's not call names as well, okay? Please. If this person did not call and share their life with you, you wouldn't know what is going on, all right? So this is a no judge zone. Let's not judge at all. We're still having candid conversations on the late night show tonight. It's 10 minutes before 11 p.m. this beautiful Tuesday night. I'm the radio girl and you're tuned in to the late night show with the radio girl on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now you have a voice. Remember, you can find us on YouTube at Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We stream all your favorite shows live. Yeah, so you can head up to YouTube and have the visual aspect of what is going on in the studio right now. Yes, you can find that on YouTube. You can see that on YouTube right now. All your favorite shows are up on YouTube for you to see as well. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. You can call in and be a part of the conversation. Call us up to be a part of the conversation tonight. We are having candid conversations on a really crazy topic that, it's making the rounds, and it's two different love triangles from two different perspectives of two different people. We have Maria, who just got married. She had a secret wedding. It turns out that the person she's married to abroad is married to her cousin in Nigeria, and she never knew. And right now she's asking, what is the best thing to do? My family is saying I should leave this marriage. Do you think I should leave this marriage? Because the man is saying, look, I'm already separated from your cousin. We're no longer together like that. But they're not divorced. The divorce papers have not been signed. So legally, they're still husband and wife. But he's saying we're already separated. And Maria is asking, should I stay with this man or should I move away from this marriage, as my family is saying? 0700 903 903 903. Call in and let's have your opinion on this conversation. Next up, we have Edison, who is a caller on the show tonight, and he says, 2 women have my babies and I don't know which one to marry out of the 2. The first one was my lover from school, and the second is someone I met recently. Who should I marry?
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Ikechuku calling back again.
Okay, Ikechuku, thank you for calling back. You have another opinion?
For this one that you just said now, if I should be the person that I get married to my cousin, why I didn't know, as I know now, as she know now, she's supposed to listen to the advice, and I would like the person to pick the marriage since she has never bear a child they should haven't be a child supposed to quit the marriage.
Why
That's
do
the
you say so?
advice.
Why
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
say so?
Huh?
Why do you think she should quit
Why?
marriage?
Why? Because she's her cousin. She's her cousin. How this sounds somehow? It sounds somehow. It sounds somehow. You might be looking at now it might be sweeting them, but later in future, what will that thing result to? That's what we are asking. We are not asking the present tense. We are asking the future. What would that thing result to? That's the advice I would like to give to the person. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ikechukwu, for calling in again. 6 minutes before 11 p.m. on the late night show right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. I'm the radio girl, and I'll be on the show with you till 12 a.m. Call me up and let's have candid conversations.
Hello.
Good evening. Hello. Good
Yeah, good evening. Uzo calling again.
Uzo, thank you so much for calling back. You have
Yeah,
another opinion.
concerning this opinion now, I want to say something there.
Okay.
It's a cousin to that young man. Have you paid IRA? You know about that? Maybe never paid
Got
that.
married in a secret wedding.
Okay, secret wedding. That maybe the two parents know after they come know say they don't marry, and you have to quit. That's all. Because I believe that secret marriage is the parents cannot accept it if they go through the right way. So it's earlier the better to the young guy and to the girl also. Nobody's above mistake. Yes, as I said before, they have happened, so they have to quit. The girl have to quit and look for the right person. And yet that's the same thing the man. So that is the truth there. No matter how the thing is sweet, rich. And that is the mistake some people are doing in a family. Your family person, when you are bringing a child, you have to let them know. This person know, no matter how you love him or you love her, you will not marry her, or you will not you're not supposed to have an affair with anybody like that. Cousin, no matter how she beautiful or how he's handsome, you don't have anything to do with him to that extent of love, reach that extent. Go about marry. So that is my own conclusion. The parents today are supposed to put eyes on that because the world is already civilized. In Nigeria now, they are bringing Nigeria to civilized country, but we never get that extent. Yes, I love you. I love you. I love your love. Before you know it, you rubbish something. You do something that is not good. So let me not take your time because other people. The parents are supposed to be taking care of this now. It's obvious when somebody did not know that is my cousin and they go about, having such affair and they secret marriage is not good. So the baby should quit. He should not bother what he may have maybe thinking or promises. He should forget about it and go ahead and face her future. That's my contribution. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Uzo. So most of our callers tonight calling more than once and just giving opinions on the two different issues that we are talking about and trying to dissect tonight. I think at the end of everything, you will have to ask yourself, many times when we catch ourselves making a mistake, we want to dwell on it and feel like, oh, I've made this mistake and I don't know what to do to correct it, and you just stay there and you just stay on that mistake, and then you're there beating yourself up when you should actually say, okay, now this is done and the next best thing I can do is to pick myself up and move on, and you want to dwell in that mistake. So we have the issue of Maria, who is asking, at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide what you want to do. No matter the suggestion or the opinion anyone gives you, it's up to you to say, okay, am I ready to deal with the consequences that will come if I decide to stay? And if I go, will I be happy? Please turn down the volume on your radio set before you even make the call, please. It makes it easier for us to have a seamless conversation All right. When you don't turn down the volume of your radio set, you hear the noise that comes. It makes it difficult for us to have a conversation. Please turn down the volume of your radio set before you give me a call. Yes, this is 10:59 p.m. on the late night show with the radio girl, right here on the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. We have been having candid conversations on the show tonight. One more call, and we will call it a night on Candid Conversations tonight. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening. My name is Paul, calling from Ushudi, Mafuluku.
Paul from Mafuluku, Ushudi.
Yes.
Hi, Paul. Let me have your opinion on the matters on ground. What's your contribution?
My own opinion, most of the fault become from girls because they quickly
Why do you say so?
I want to give you an example. I want to tell you why I say that. From my own side, the day that I want that I put my hope, I put my mind to take and take it down. Okay? I don't know, the girl just follow another guy who get the rest, born for a guy. Born for a guy, and me myself, I don't know. When I make her going to where the guy the people don't reach after a year. So I can't let her before I can't let her know. So if that kind of person like that, man, if something like this happen, they can't blame her, man. So that's why I say before they come from girls.
But you know, say you know, if you use your one situation, they cover everybody, say that so everybody they behave.
I know say everybody behave the same, but I say some of them they fought before they come from, some of them they come from girls. So because boys, okay, now as an example, boys who they now, many of them now they not be ready to marry. They not be ready to marry at all. They just everything they want, they just stop and go. And if girls come see person where they serious with her, you go agree with that thing. Just you want that person when they say they give her everything they want, sharp. So all these things, and they kill them. So that matter is a big talk.
Okay, so that first girl now, she say may she stay with the man for the marriage, or may she end the marriage? May the man go back to his other wife.
She made the second one go. Made the man settle down with the young lady.
Okay, what about this our second guy? We can't give two women belly. Can't they ask which one we married? Two of them don't born for him.
Let me collect the baby from that second one. Marry the first one.
Okay. Thank you so much, Paul, from Mafoluku. Now you be our last caller for the night on top Candid Conversations for the late night show with the radio girl and Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Paul, no, they generalize, all right? That stereotyping, it's not really good because you can't lump everybody together and put everyone in one bucket or in one basket because we have different ideas, different experiences, different thoughts, different behaviors. So you can't just lump everyone together into one basket. Anyway, Candid Conversations has come to an end tonight. It's 3 minutes past 11 p.m. It's time for us to go have some gyration, right? Let's listen to some new school vibes, and right after that we'll be getting into the unfiltered segment of the late night show. Thank you for staying with me on Candid Conversations tonight. Shout out to all our callers, starting with Ibeto, who was our first caller for the night. Thank you to Adewale, and then Chidera, our first female caller of the night. Miracle as well. Thank you, Eric, for your call. Simeon, you called in as well. Thank you for your call. Eric, you called in more than once. Thank you very much for your contribution. Success called in as well. Bright Bright called in as well. Thank you very much for calling in. Edison. Edison was the one that came in and just derailed the pattern of the conversation and gave us one more thing to talk about. Thank you very much for calling in on the show tonight, Edison. We have Anonymous as well. Thank you for calling in. Destiny called in as well. Thank you so much, Destiny. We have Samuel. Thank you, Samuel, for calling in on the late night show tonight. And also Mr. Uzo. Mr. Uzo called in twice. Thank you very much for your contribution to the show tonight. Ike Chuku as well called in. And our last caller for the night, Paul. Thank you all for your contribution. This is where I say don't go. The late night show continues right about now. We're bringing you new school vibes from the underground artists that you may not have heard of before. Trust me, you're going to hear some wonderful songs here that you want to go and look for on your own. But I'm here, I'm with you all the way till 12 a.m. After the new school vibes, we'll return for Unfiltered segment. Yes, that's where we have all the unfiltered discussions when the kids are asleep. I'm the radio girl. Stay with me. The late night show continues.